Alright, this is a 5-minute drum lesson with Tobin Wagstaff. In this video I'm going to talk to you about setting your snare drum wire tension. I will preface it with this. To some extent it's going to be a preferential thing. Some people might want it tighter or looser. I'm going to give you a good general talking to about it. Okay, so you have your throw-off switch off, on. This knob right here, and even though throw-off switches on other drums may not look the same as this, all of them pretty much are the same concept. So what this knob does is it allows us to loosen the snare wire tension or tighten it. So here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to loosen it significantly. So this is your drum off. If I loosen this significantly and turn it on, it should still sound like it's off because it's not tight enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gradually tighten this so you can hear what it sounds like as I tighten the snare tension. So that's too loose because you can hear all the extra rattling, right? So I'm going to gradually make this tighter. Alright, and that's where I want it. I don't want it to be loose and ringing a whole bunch. And I'm going to explore with you the other side of it where it's too tight in a moment. But check this out. If I play it at low volume or high volume, still get a nice pleasant snare sound. So this is exactly where I want it. This is where I want my snare tension. Now if you make the snare tension too tight, it's still going to be a tight sound, but what it actually starts doing is it starts pulling on the bottom head and raising the tension of the bottom head, making it higher in pitch, and also the wires get so tight that they don't really want to ring it anymore. So you're creating kind of a tight sound that's a choking sound, and if you like that, that's fine. I don't personally like it, and I'll show you something else with that in a moment. So we started with an extreme loose lack of tension, I guess. So now I'm going to make an extreme tension to this, so it's going to be really high, really tight. I mean, now this drum, which should be a drum set drum or a concert or orchestral drum, sounds like it's marching snare drum now. It's so tight. Now check this out. If I play at a low volume, you can't hear the snare wires. It's too tight. If I play loud, yeah, you can hear it if I play loud, but you don't always play loud, especially if you're in concert playing. All right, now I'm going to start loosening it. So what I'm doing is I'm playing at a low volume, and I'm just going to loosen the tension gradually until I start hearing some snare sounds. That sounds pretty good. Okay, so you got to see me do both directions, okay? So loose tension, high tension, and how it affects the sound of the drum. So right here where it's at right now is great. It's tight enough that I got a nice tight sound, and I can play at different volumes, and I still hear a snare sound. I'm not affecting the pitch of the drum really because I'm not putting a whole lot of tension on the bottom head down here. So I'm not affecting the tuning of the drum. It's just really the snare wires. Okay, and for those of you that maybe don't have as much experience with drums as some of my viewers, when we're talking about snare wires, we're talking about these guys. So they rest on the bottom drum head, and that's what creates that raspy or cracking sound that you hear. And these snare wires are okay. They're in decent shape, but sometimes you might get some that are loose from time to time, and so you might have to overcompensate by making this a little tighter. But there's tricks and stuff that you can do with that I'll probably show you in some other videos. But as far as what you're concerned for today, it's because this rests on the bottom head. You don't want to make it too tight and change the pitch of this drum. And if it's too tight, you won't hear the snare sound if you're playing at lower volumes. So, my name's Tobin Wagstaff. You can go to my YouTube channel at youtube.com/TobinWagstaffMusic for more videos like this. Visit me on Facebook at facebook.com/TobinWagstaffMusic. Definitely, you can check out my website for more resources as well, TobinWagstaff.com. Thanks.